Mic test, mic. This is a test. I did not have this microphone on when I was traveling, so I had to redo a video. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Stylish Grease Monkey. Came back to Hawaii and looks like we brought the rain with us. Rained a little bit while I was in Texas. I had an opportunity to test out a brand new 777 from Ironheart and this last trip, and I want to tell you all about it, all about my experiences, because that's what we do in this channel. So let's do it over a cigar and coffee. You agree? Alright, let's go.
Due to increased security, all unattended items and baggage will be confiscated.
Let's smoke some of this aged Gurkha. Good cigar, so I bought me a box, and then we will see how she does. But I've had this many times before, and it's really good. So let's smoke it. Going back to the Ironheart 777 XHS 25 ounce. It is the heaviest denim that Ironheart offers. I have a 21 ounce, and this is definitely heavier material at 25 ounce. And I guess the question is that why would people wear such heavy denim, especially in warmer climate? Well, the only answer to that really is it's because I love my Selvedge denim and I have a passion about wearing them, and besides, that's what denim heads do. The 777 from Ironheart is 100% cotton, Japanese selvage from Japan. Also, the dye process is also done in Japan. It's sanforized, for those of you that follow that term. And according to their website, that on the first soak, the waist will go in about 3/4 of an inch, and then of course the length will change about an inch. But also, according to the website, with about 20 wears, the waist will expand to back to an inch. I don't know about the length, but I tell you that many parts of the jeans have shrunk a little bit when I first soaked it. That's based on my initial try on of the jeans. So the premise is that something this heavy on the Japanese selvage, if with wear often anyways, it will fade faster and get softer faster than any other weight of jeans. But we'll see, right? I mean, what I noticed is that after a soak, like before I left, and I made a video of that if you want to see it, I soaked it for 45 minutes in cold water, hung it dry, and then I tried it back on, and the hip area was tighter. Of course, the waist was tighter. The hip area and then where the knee is became tighter. I was able to fold it less, so I noticed that the length changed also, but not much, right? So as a reference, I'm 6 feet, 205, 210, depending. Right now I'm running, so I'm probably gonna lose a little bit of weight. And I'll wear, my true size is size 34, and the length of the inseam is 30, and that is if I don't want any break. And if I do want a break, then I'll buy a 32, 34, 32, and sometimes I buy a 34, 36 because I really want to go with that cuff look, right? The thicker the better, in my opinion. So as a reference, that's where I'm going by when I purchase jeans like this from brand new from Ironheart. I just want to address real quick that many have asked which is my favorite 21 or the 25 ounce from Ironheart. The 666S is definitely one of my favorite pair of jeans. The cut is the same. It's a slim cut jeans with low rise I think the 777 is a little bit more slim than the 666, but I don't know this much of a difference. It is tighter around the knee area for me, but I have no preference, right? The Iron Heart doesn't pay me to do any of the stuff. If anything, 95 to 99% of my products that I review on my channel, I bought for out of my own pocket, and I have no help from anyone or the company. They don't send me anything. So really, you're getting a realistic review from me, unbiased review, and I'll tell you the good, the better, and the ugly at the end of the day to help you make a decision on whether you should buy something like this or compare it to other products out there and then make a decision on what you want to buy. So I decided to kind of break in the 777 because I had an opportunity to travel. The longest time that I wore the pair of jeans was when I departed Hawaii, and then I went all the way to Portland, Maine, with a layover in San Francisco. I think total flight maybe is around 10 to 12 hours with a little bit of layover in between there. And then when I got there, I had to help out my daughter pack out from her dorm. So I spent another, I think we arrived about 10, ate some lunch, met with her, and then didn't go back to our Airbnb until about 6, 7 p.m. at night. So long ride, plane ride, sitting around. What did I think would happen, right? I had no expectations, so I was just taking it all in, and then I wanted to share that with you. Not necessarily step by step, but what I'll tell you is that it was a punishment, and I wouldn't recommend it for anyone to go and sit in an airplane for a long time and wear something like this, because it is absolutely a punishment. Nothing against Ironheart, and like I said, I'll give you my realistic view and my honest review on how it's going to be, and that's where it starts. The first leg from Hawaii to San Francisco is about 5.5 hours, so that wasn't bad at all. I felt a little bit of tightness on the knee, like I said. This is a low-rise pair of jeans, right? So it tends to ride low, obviously, and especially when I'm sitting down, my knee is pulling on the waist side of it, and it exposed my underwear most of the time. And I've had an experience with the 666 before, and I've gotten used to that. You know, so long my underwear is above my pants, obviously, and I'm not showing any butt crack or anything like that. Um, but sitting on an airplane that long, it was fine the first leg, like I said. But after San Francisco, I started to feel some pressure points around my knee, and then, of course, because of the low rise and the knees pulling on the waist area and my groin area, I felt a little bit of tightness in my lower back. So just to add on to this experience, I'm going to do a video on the Red Wing 875, which I wore all throughout the time I was in Maine and Texas and coming back, right? The 875 was comfortable to me, but I didn't know how he's going to act in the long ride and the long day, so I'll do another video of that. But this is about the 777 XHS. So by the way, going to the waist of the 777, what I purchased was a size 34-36, knowing that it should stretch out to about 35 eventually, right? But the initial soak obviously shrunk it to about 33.5, so it's a little bit tighter on my waist. I ended up actually on the second leg, I ended up unbuttoning the top button so that I could sit on the airplane's economy side chair comfortably, and able to watch my movies and things like that. So San Francisco to Washington Reagan International Airport ride, it wasn't that bad, but I definitely was starting to feel the fatigue of the tightness of the jeans, and every time I get up to use the bathroom, I felt it more and more. Well, I could tell you that the jeans is definitely bulletproof enough that if I would have had an accident or plane crashes, that it will definitely have preserved my lower portion of my body, because it was bulletproof, right? But that comes to an expense of it being uncomfortable, especially in the breaking in period. I arrived over in Maine, like I said, got some lunch, and I really was feeling the fatigue, and I wanted to take it off. But of course, I was committed to helping out my daughter moving out of our dorm. So we started to unpack, pack, and I had spent more time on my, you know, standing up. So by the time I got back to the Airbnb that evening, I took it off, and I was glad I took it off and got ready for bed. I was so tired with this trip that I went to sleep. Uh, I woke up, I didn't feel anything, much different. I mean, I didn't feel any like soreness or anything like that. So the jeans did its job. It gave me the fatigue, it gave me the experience, but at the same time, um, I was ready to go the next day. The next day was a continuance of the day before, more packing, more going to the post office, dropping off the boxes, and then back. I also used the jeans to go to dinner with some friends that were in the area, and then I took it off and then just kind of inspected it a little bit afterwards. At the end of the day, I felt fatigued, but not as much as when I was sitting on an airplane. Obviously, um, what I noticed too is the next day I've had to kind of wear a belt because it's starting to loosen up on the waist and the knee area. Like I said, it's a low-rise jean, so it's just starting to fall. So I wore a belt the next day. When I took it off and checked it out, the back's starting to form some honeycombs, which is pretty cool, right? I think early on, those honeycombs are forming and it's becoming more permanent. So there we go again with kind of creating our story with this pair of jeans. That's what I wanted to share with you because I want to see at what point is it really going to fade? At one point, is it really going to be comfortable and soft like they say it should be? I continued to wear the pair of jeans when we left Maine and went to Texas to visit some relatives. Um, I can tell you that initially it was ridiculously painful, and I mean, maybe my pain tolerance have decreased all throughout the years that I retired from the military, but it's just uncomfortable, right? And but towards the end, it became more comfortable and more bearable to wear. And would I do it again? Probably for the experience and for with sharing it with you. But I would probably ease into it and give it a little bit more time to break in and give it a little bit more time to be comfortable and then wear in a long trip like that. Hey, for those of you that wonder what I wear really hot summer days, well, I'm on travel right now, so what I got left is this. A couple more things that I kind of wanted to point out is that I do wear my cell phone on my left back pocket. Not when I'm sitting down, obviously it's too tight. So we'll see if that forms into the pair of jeans. I'll continue to do that as I wear it, right? I'm excited to wear it over and over again here back in Hawaii. When this weather gets better, then I'm going to go riding my motorcycle and then we'll go and test it out and continue to kind of keep track of the fade, continue to keep track of the changes. Um, some of the areas, I was actually surprised that the weather was really good. I was told it was going to be cold in Maine, but when I got there, it was an average of, during the day, about 75 degrees, really comfortable, and then in the evening, maybe lows in about 63 degrees. I was told Texas, Waco, Texas, is going to be really, really hot. But when I got there, I was pleasantly surprised that it was great weather as well, in the 80s, in the evening, maybe low 70s or 60s and things like that, right? So it rained one day, it rained here and there. Sweet tea. Ah, $2 refills. I'll be here all day. I wanted to kind of incorporate those in this video, so hopefully you enjoyed this video, right, of my trip experimenting on a 777 XHS from brand new to taking it on a trip and then breaking it in and then providing the information to you so you can make a decision, right? So very excited to come back to Hawaii, come back home. I'm ready to work on my vehicles here and make more videos of that so you can keep track of it as well. When the weather gets good, as you can see, I do most of my work here in my driveway because the motorcycles are occupying my garage, but nothing to it, right? I will make another video. This time will be with an 875 from Red Wing. Look, I don't have a lot of, and I don't purchase all the time, a lot of the expensive things that I really want to purchase. To the point though, you don't need to purchase a lot of heritage clothing. You can purchase one or two, and then you can keep it forever, right? Because for me, this type of style is going to stick around and probably never go away, right? I don't care what people say, but this is my style, and hopefully yours too, as my watching, um, visitors of this channel, fans, friends, whatever have you, and continue to rock the heritage style. Did I see heritage style while I was on travel? Absolutely, I did. I didn't get to take a video or a picture of those gentlemen that were rocking heritage style, but I saw a lot. I saw a few of them that was rocking it, and I think it was pretty cool to see someone rocking the same things I was rocking, right? That's all I have for you this week. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, hey, leave me a like. Aloha.